Hello there and welcome to a bit of Spyro Ripto's Rage. I hope we're all doing particularly well today. Or any day, really. Today we're going to be going to Sunny Beach to deal with the turtle soup, get some gems, and maybe even do some things in the other levels. So, in Autumn Plains. Let's go. Okay, so 11:36 is when I stop recording. Just making a note to myself, and indeed all of you guys. So yes, so when you've been to a level in Spyro, you don't actually need to see the intro cinematic every time. You can just press the triangle button to skip it, if you, to replay it if you so choose. So that's quite handy. We're not going to deal with all the enemies, where there's no need to. We're just going to go straight for the gems and all the orbs where we can. Now, unfortunately, we do need the giant turtles. And wait for them. Flame that one. And now climb back up here. Grab these gems. Now, I do apologise for not having seen your comments before. When YouTube holds potentially inappropriate comments for review, what that usually means is it holds everyone's comments for review. So I do apologise. I've had to improve them all. That's not going to stop people in the future now when I upload this. If I remember to change that, of course. So yeah, we should be all good to go. So yes, thank you. I'm surprised to see some followers still. One person said that they'd be following since my King's Adventure review. I do apologise that I'm not very good with names, but that was an interesting comment to read. Yeah, that was one of my favourite reviews actually. I love the music in it. I still, yeah, and of course one of my favourite characters to play, Hurley Goodlove.
One. There's a chef up at the top of this ladder who wants to make soup out of our turtles. Maybe you could climb up there and stop him.
I'll certainly give it a go, sir. I think it just reacts in the
Your turtle friends happen to make a very good soup. If I can catch them, you can try to say them if you like, but I'm feeling awfully hungry.
Master Chef. I'm trying to think of a funny name for like the Master Chief or something like that. So we can flame the turtles and give them a bit more precision in where they go, or we can charge them and they bounce off the walls.
So you saved a few turtles. There are more where those came from. Here, take this orb and go away.
This level used to really grind my gears because, well, the second orb is the harder one. You see, your peripheral, you don't really have a great amount of vision. I mean, bless the game's heart, it does actually try to give you a bit more view with this sort of isometric camera. Or is it isometric? Because Chris Davies, fantastic games reviewer, does some great retrospective videos. He says that like some cameras are technically not isometric because it's more like a 90-degree angle. And, like, there's a very subtle difference between like isometric and this other kind of camera. So, like from what I understand anyway. That's what I mean about the charge not being allowing you to ricochet the turtles. It's not always perfect.
Rats! You save every turtle on the beach. Here, take this. I was going to use it to buy potatoes, but now I don't need it.
Yes, the economy's really gone downhill when out of the 64 orbs in the world, all you can do is buy potatoes with them. I know you cannot get in the pot of stew if you want to know.
want a hungry chef. What I'm gonna serve my dinner guests for the first course?
What I'm gonna serve my dinner guests for the first course.
You know, turtles and dragons have a lot in common. If you were much slower, couldn't fly or breathe fire, and had a shell on your back, you'd be a turtle.
I don't think I've ever heard that line of dialogue before, but that's brilliant. That's actually one of the best lines in the series.
Thank you, young dragon. The baby turtles will be safe up here. Please
Well, watch
take
this, 'cause this has some
talisman as a
significance.
token of our gratitude.
So, you already have the talisman, so you get it again, and you can see it there. Now, I think in the Reignited trilogy, that would actually appear as like hollowed out or transparent. And we can skip by pressing the start button. So, that's just about all of Summer Forest done. We're going to check the guidebook just to be absolutely sure, because it has been a short while since I last played. 100% all down there. No talisman, defeated. Very nice. So, Autumn Plains. We've got all of the orbs, all of the gems, and we are ready to proceed. In fact, what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at where all the other portals are. So, here we go. Autumn Plains, 2 orbs there. Nice and easy, does it? I'm trying to think of which level to do. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll do Icy Speedway. I was thinking of doing Metro Speedway first, but I think we'll do Icy Speedway. I do apologise for scratching my beard into the microphone. It's very itchy. Need to get it shaved. Alright. Ah, okay, right. Now, I'm fairly certain this wasn't the order, but sod it, let's go with it. We're gonna wing it! This is completely in the wrong order, but you gotta admit it's damn fun. Or do you have to admit it? Oh, hello. Sea monsters. But going back to people I'd seen, I'd also seen Ducky comment as well, who I was really hoping to see, because definitely one of my favourite reviewers out there. I must check his channel out again, because last I heard he'd actually published a novel, and I think he was working on a second, going to university, keeping a business up and running, doing pretty well for himself. So that's what we like to hear. So yeah, so thank you for commenting. In fact, thank you all for commenting. And of course, my darling Larissa as well commented, saying that I like SpongeBob more than I like Spike from Buffy. Oh dear. Yes, we had a good talk about that before. Yeah. So I just want to have a look around the map, just enjoy myself. Of course, we all want to know what's in this room here. Not a whole lot to look at. They put a lot of effort into a building that has really nothing to it. Besides this pool here that's meant to be a challenge. And if you fall in the water, of course, you fail. So I just wanted to demonstrate that very quickly. I do like that sound. I'll have to get that for a notification sound, I think.
Good job, Spyro. Looks like you're ready for a more serious challenge. How about a little paragliding? You're not afraid of heights, are you?
Oh. Sorry, skip the dialogue, I do apologize. Yeah, so that difficulty rating is quite appropriate because this challenge can be a bit challenging at times. Obviously, challenge. Yeah, it's it can be a bit finicky. I remember in the Reignited trilogy I had quite a bit of trouble with this. It's really this sort of bit here that's... inch your way very slowly. So going left to right isn't hard, it's... Oh, that one almost missed it. It's when they've got sort of variations. First attempt, not bad.
Way to go, Spyro! You're even better than I am!
Yeah, no need to humble brag. So, we've done the secret challenge, we've got all the orbs, gems, excuse me. So, we're ready to move on. I really don't want to do Metro Speedway. Not one bit. I don't want to do Fracture Hills. Any one bit. I'll tell you what. We'll do... We will do... Shady Oasis. Now, I can't get all the gems in this level, or all the orbs, but I do need the talisman. When the Reignited trilogy came out, there were a lot of memes about this particular bit here. Unfortunately, I can't remember anything.
Spyro, it's a good thing you're here. I've been trying to get a berry out of this magic berry bush, but I'm just not strong enough. If you charge or flame the bush, one of those yummy berries should drop.
I used to wonder what fruit those were. And I used to keep thinking, I think I used to keep calling them apples. And it would help if I actually read the dialogue, wouldn't it? Because then I would know, oh, it's actually berries. Like when I used to call Crash Bandicoot a fox. I do like Jim Sterling's review of Crash Bandicoot and Central Trilogy, where he says it's the sorry, I think I do apologise. I think I'm misgendering Sterling there. I don't know. I haven't followed them very much recently, so I don't know. But so I'll stick with gender neutral if it's all the same to you. Moving on, yeah, they say that like it's the law to call someone to call Crash Bandicoot a marsupial at least once in a review. So yeah, and I find myself doing that as well, writing about Crash. It's like the word marsupial always comes up. I think the reason why I say it is because of Dr. Entropy. Well, haven't we gotten far for a pair of fuzzy marsupials? Haven't we gotten far? So we can either flame or we can charge the bush, the berry bush, to get the berries out. Ah, now, just remember that that's an enemy you cannot charge because their lower half is completely transparent. You may be wondering if this lot are related to the thieves. I don't know the answer to that, but I do know that in Spyro Into the Dragonfly, there is a level that is thief themed. It's based around them, like their gem hoard being stolen and and such. I'm sure there was some irony intended there. Oh, almost. So I don't think we've encountered that kind of vase before, but that's fireworks vase. I mean, we saw them in Spyro 1. Well, the fireworks crates, anyway. And yes, they do damage you if you stand too close to them. And they can land on you as well, I think. Or it's like something to do with the limitations where like you sort of like move out of the way when they come down, or rather that moves you out of the way. Interesting. Okay, so you can actually attack those shield characters from behind with a flame, because the shield's not blocking it.
Work.
Ah, yes, of course. The music here is very similar to that of Scorch. The instruments, in fact, even indeed some of the melody itself, just at that greater tempo.
Spyro, 3 thieves have stolen our magical brass lamps. Please get the lamps before they take them away from Shady Oasis.
Magical. Catch the wily thieves, not to be confused, of course, with the willy thieves. So, gotta catch those 3 thieves. Not the same as the ones in previous Spyro game, or that would be in the next game after.
Thanks for helping me reach the Great Berry Bush. Now we can eat berries all the time. Here, take this. It's a gift from all of us hippos.
How can you eat them? You can't reach them. Oh dear. Almost exited the level there, don't want to do that. So, oh, there's one more thing I need to do back here. So, this... Oh, I must have destroyed it. Oh, I swear I've got Dementia because I am just forgetting things that happened, like, a minute ago. So, there's going to be a thief around here soon. So I need to catch him. So the route they take is quite limited. In fact, I think I know a gem challenge that would annoy some people. It's going to be in... this is bad. Like, I've forgotten the name of like my favourite level, which is like Mystic Falls. With the weather wizards? Like Larissa and I went about quiz. Like she asked me like if I would do a Spyro quiz, if I would quiz her on Buffy. And like this is pretty alarming that I don't remember anything about Spyro now. I'm trying to do a sort of historical, I guess, look back at the game. Oh, you can just see over there the render distance. But in that corner to the left, there's the jug that I need. Okay, that's soon enough. So yeah, I'm trying to do this sort of look back and go through all the sort of significance and importance of the levels, and I ain't doing a very good job, am I? Because my memory's going, can't go out those windows. Never mind. In fact, I know where the next thief's going to be. So, up here, eventually, you'll see this is a raised platform because we've got to go down here. We get the jug, which teleports to another part of the area. The contents of the jug will be revealed soon. Actually, this is actually like one of the hardest levels for me when it comes to finding that jug. Cheeky bugger. So this is a headbutt.
Thanks for bringing back the 3 magic lamps. Here, take this orb. Some fairy left it with me, but it won't hold a proper shine.
You mean that fairy? Actually, we do know of at least 2 fairies in this game. Yeah. So this requires a headbutt. Now, unfortunately, I don't have that ability yet, so I can charge it, but it's going to do precisely the bugger all. And I kind of need that ability. For this bit here. So this allows me this is just an invincibility upgrade. But unfortunately, I can't use it to its full potential just yet because I need the headbutt ability.
Spyro, my brothers have been trapped in solid rock. I'm afraid you'll need to learn some kind of head bash move before you can help us.
Head bash. I do apologise. The head bash ability. So, in fact, why am I going all the way back? I can go down here. Grab these gems. Find the vase, or vase, whichever you prefer. So yeah, Autumn Blades has is like the interesting as like the midpoint for all the backtracking in the level. Like you either need to get an ability and go back to Summer Plain, Summer Forest. That's what you get. Or you need to, or you need an ability from Winter Tundra. The next and final lobby. A lot of open ceilings. I have to wonder what the purpose of this is. Perhaps it's... I mean, I would say it's like to do with like the memory. Like, does having a ceiling increase the amount of memory or whatever? Is it like a reasonable thing you can just chop out of the level? Like, you've got here the render distance is quite bad. You've got the fog. Probably why the level was named Shady Oasis. Because it has to render such great distances for the PlayStation.
Looking for something else?
Oh. Yeah, I've done everything I can do. And keep all the detail as well. So, We are unfortunately missing an orb from there, but nothing we can help at the moment. That's going to happen a fair bit. Could do magma cone. In fact, I think what I'll do is I'll dedicate this episode to doing all the levels that don't really get references to one another and aren't related to one another, and then move on to the others. Oh. That skipped for no reason that I understand. Okay, so what would have happened there is these creatures here, the satyrs, the fawns, whatever the hell they are, would have been crushed by a volcano and they would have moved.
Hello, Spyro! I suppose you're here for the party. I'm afraid it's been cancelled because the stupid Earthshaper set off the volcano.
That creature there always reminded me of Banjo for his build and his blue pantaloons. So, can't flame him, can't really crush him, but look at that. Oh, of course, yes, the Earthshapers are actually in another level, aren't they? Yeah. So we can play that one next, actually, Fracture Hills. So yeah, it's interesting that like these fawns are very different to Allura, because there are fawns, there are satyrs, and I actually, and this is something I wanted to bring up in like, the first episode, like is Allura really a fawn? Because the satyrs, because like aren't satyrs like the goat, two-legged goats, and like fawns are four-legged. I mean, every game has its different mythologies. Like everyone is like now realizes that, like the dragons in Skyrim are actually wyverns by popular culture. But like here's the thing: it's like I would actually say that look, if the developers of Skyrim say that they're dragons, they're dragons. They're not wyverns. It doesn't matter what anyone else's real-world rules apply. Like, are trolls the same there as they are in other mythologies? Because like I think it's from Norway, because my parents lived in Norway for a while. They actually bought me like a children's book on trolls, and they're very different to how like any other sort of depiction is. Like they're fairly humanish, but they have tails. And I think they actually seduce men and women away to breed or something. I'm not quite sure. Ah, damn. Lots of creative different ways to destroy trolls. I'm just gonna have to confess. The map is something else, I have to say. Yeah. So I want to be over there. I'm trying to figure out how I get over there now. Ah, of course. With a bit of platforming. Duh. So now that you have the power up, not the power up, excuse me, the ability to climb, you will start seeing it in the main bits of levels. Like here, like this is possibly like the most emphasis on climbing there is in this level, because you've got to get all the way up these. Well, interestingly, you can't see it from here, but the volcano. Oh damn! Yeah, if you charge that, by the way, a bit like how I do in Halo Infinite, where I'm wearing like the grenade belts on my chest, yeah, you will explode. Unlike in Halo Infinite, where you won't actually explode. Here we go. Some more down here. Watch the lava, otherwise that happens. Gonna need a bit of fodder. Top sparks up. Yeah, this was always one of the toughest levels for me as a kid, but I think I should do okay with it now. There is one challenge that I am not looking forward to, but we'll see how that goes. it's one that I hadn't actually discovered in a very long time in all my years of playing Spyro. I think it was one of the final challenges I actually did, and then I completely forgot about it. So, it demonstrates as well that we can actually jump across, and that's a good job really, because we're going to have to do that later on. Game's also, this level is also incredibly generous with lives. Like here. And I think this is because it expects you to fail. It's not a terribly hard level, but I can see where the frustration comes in.
Well, if it isn't my best customer, the elevator in the next room can take you to the volcano. You can have unlimited use of the elevator for a one-time fee of only a few gems.
I think he's had a few Marlboros, this guy. His voice sounds a bit phlegmy.
It's a pleasure doing business with you. Simply step on the elevator and it will take you to the bottom. When you want to come back up, just step on it again.
Just step on it again. It's a bit too nasally. Marlboro bags. So, this is the elevator, and we can step off at any time, and of course everyone wants to know, no, you can't push back. If you move, it will just go down. But it'll hover otherwise. So, I want to first of all grab the... Oops, daisies. So apparently touching that a stream of lava seems to have a rather generous hitbox there, I think. So rogue after this a few attempts. Okay, save the game. Save the game, save the game, save the game. There we go. Right. So one of the greatest additions to video games is the ability to climb quickly. So like in Dark Souls, for instance, or indeed Elden Ring that I've been playing lately, you can hold down like the B button, which is like your sprint button or your dash button, and climb a bit faster. No strategy here, just go left, right. Look at those particle effects up there. Oh no! Yeah, and you don't grip on automatically, you have to press the A button to make sure that you actually leap back on. You get to the top, and the lava.
Thanks for closing the lid on the volcano, Spyro. Things were getting a little too hot around here. By the way, here's a talisman I was saving for the party later. I think you deserve it more.
I still don't know what accent he's trying to go for. Irish or Scottish? I can't tell. So... now we go on to the second bit. Oh dear. Right, I'm gonna have to find some fodder. Where is the entrance? Well, let's have a bit of a glide around and find out. So now we can climb up with a bit less trouble. Oh yes, I've just remembered as well, we can also do this, we can also jump up. I don't know how that works, to be honest, but go with it, alright? I ain't gonna complain, but it's most effective when you go up in a straight line like that. Oh dear.
You're just in time for the party. Well, you would be if those nasty lava monsters hadn't stolen our hits. It just won't be the same without party hits.
This is one of the reasons why we can't get an orb, which is required to go to Dragon's Shores, everybody. This is one of the orbs are sort of like one of the big deals in the game, and we're worried that Cheddar the Fawn hasn't got his party hats because an unoriginally named monster has taken them. Good lord. I must admit I like the designs though. So, we can't actually hit them with our flame, oh dear, like so. So we have to shoot them like so. And this gets very annoying very quickly. We also have limited super flight as well, so... I think the remastered trilogy was a bit more generous with how many of these rocks you were given as well. Oh, damn. Ah! Ooh, almost. Good lord. Seems to have a bit of... I don't think it's ohm assist. Excuse me, aim assist. But yeah, it seems to have a... is it bullet tracking or something? Like Halo has it. Desync. No, it ain't desync. This is just flat out homing, isn't it? Dear me. So I'm guessing the rest are going to be down here. I've got to watch the corners. I'll grab some fodder. I didn't realise it's respawned that quickly.
Thanks, Spyro. You saved the party. Here, this got mixed in with the cheese balls, and I almost chipped a tooth on it.
That's why the British have bad teeth. We chipped our tooth! So, there is another bit of the level now that I need to find, and I've no idea where it is. It's like I'm having a hopeless day as is. And now I've got to find this sodding bit of the level. I know it's hidden away somewhere. Right. I don't think it's in this main bit. Oh, hang on. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll get the last of the balloons. Shall I? I'll get the last of the gems that we need. For that I'll need a bit more charge. Just want to go over, make sure I've got all the balloons. Then that's one less distraction later. Now there's an idea. For Spyro, what is your favourite? I guess the question of the day would be, what is your favourite power-up in all the Spyro games? It could be any, including those from like the Legend of Spyro trilogy, Skylanders, I guess, Enter the Dragonfly, if you want to choose a particular breath weapon. If you had one of the powers of Spyro, what would it be?
I've found that the elevator business is one of my most profitable. Behind bridges, of course.
It sounds normal there as well. So... Ah! I know where it was. Damn. I don't think I'm gonna make it, am I? Oh, yes I did. There we go. This is a very important bit in the level. Because down here is Hunter. And here is one of the most aggravating games in the game. Just want to enjoy that set of animations. There we go.
Hey, Spyro! Check out this cool cave I found! Let's play a little game. Every so often, a piece of this crystal popcorn pops out of the ground. The first one to grab 10 of them wins.
Sorry, I need a bit of brain food. Food.
I'm ready when you are.
help with the old cognitive functions, get the noggin jogging. So, the goal of this game is to basically steal Hunter's popcorn. It's not a euphemism. This may seem particularly easy for the time being, but the second game gets a bit harder. Hunter's a lot more on the go, on the ball.
Okay, you win. Here's an orb. I'll give you another orb if you can beat me again. Let's play to 15 this time. What do you say? I'm ready when you are.
Now, I don't know if it's in Gateway to Glimmer or the Reignited Trilogy, but I think the music was different for this mode. Oh, it was much faster. Oh no, it is sped up. So I can't hear it as well. I do apologise. Now, a perfectly valid strategy is basically just standing or following Hunter, standing up on any sort of popcorn points that he's going for.
You're really good. I'm going to have to come up with some harder games. For now, take this orb. I guess you earned it.
Hey, Hunter, you do know that I need this stuff, don't you? Like, the fate of Avalar depends on it. Dear me. I do apologise for indulging myself during this... Oh, hello. Gem here. Gems here. During this episode. It's just that Subway is still doing their chocolate orange cookies. I'm not sponsored by Subway, by the way. They're still doing their chocolate orange cookies. It's like, it's no wonder I'm putting on so much weight. But they're so damn good. It's like, I keep saying, right, once they're gone, that's it. I'm gonna cut, that's it. Once they're gone, I won't need to put on any more weight. But no, it's like, they're just constantly coming in stock. So my plan is a bit flawed. I haven't really got much to say about this level anyway, so... Yeah. Have a quick look around all the same then. Still like the skybox. It works quite well. I think... Sorry, let's play out. And these are the kinds of people that we want to save. Okay, so, moving swiftly on. I'm not looking forward to this one. It's not a bad level. I can't say anything bad about Spyro, but those earth break shapers are the very reason why I hate this level. Don't hate it. No, I don't hate this level. It's a nice level, but I don't want to do it.
Well, hello there, Mr. Dragon. You're pretty cute for a quadruped. I wish I could take you on a tour of our temple, but a bunch of lousy earth shapers have encased it in stone.
Thank you for releasing me. There are still some sages trapped in stone.
I do like the song that they play. Why the bushes gasp, I have no idea. But it's not a complaint, merely an observation. Right, I'm going to stop eating these sodding cookies now. Genuinely surprised that that's not more open-ended. So, I can't stand the enemies here. You've got trees that bushes that try to eat you. You've got trees that will try to use bees to sting you. I do love that dramatic sound that it makes when they break out. Oh, yes, I'm reminded as well, my Larissa had said as well when she was watching the Reignited trilogy that Alora is a bit undergrown underneath her skirt, so overgrown underneath her skirt compared to this version. Although then again, there isn't really much left in the imagination for the 32-bit version, is there? So, is he wearing pants or is he wearing like some sort of skirt? I don't know. Tunic. I can't quite tell. No judgment either way. Now these bush enemies you may not so fondly remember from Spyro 1, the mud creatures. I can't remember the name of the level for the life of me. It wasn't Treetops, it was another. Misty Bog. They're very similar to those in that they eat you, have the same sort of animation, camera panning. In fact, we'll be able to demonstrate their abilities very soon. It's kind of hard to tell the difference. I think it's that one over there that's the enemy. If any of them. I do believe there's a skill point for destroying all of these as well. I noticed the green on the top trees. Charge one for a change. They also make those pigs dance as well. I like that.
It's great to be free. Now there is only one satyr left to rescue.
Let's demonstrate it. There you go. One of the things that I don't quite get about Spyro is enemy behaviour. So they can only really get in one attack, and then that's it, and then they're just like guaranteed to die. So I'm not expecting like From Software levels of difficulty in. But you get like 4 hits before you die. You know, enemies don't really provide that much resistance to that. It's something that I think a lot of collectathons have had trouble with as well.
Now that you have rescued all the satyrs in Fracture Hills, you ought to go into the temple.
They're really trying on the Irish accent there. Satyrs! That said, I can't do any better, so... so we're gonna have to now get the talisman. From this ungrateful cow.
Oh, hi, Dragon Boy. You're probably expecting me to be all like, "You're my hero. Thanks for saving poor, helpless little me, blah, blah, blah." Sorry, short stuff. I was only in here because I like the peace and quiet. Anyway, the other fawns wanted me to give you this talisman.
That never gets any easier to hear. But if ever you wanted like a time capsule for the 90s, that's it right there. So, I'm a bit lost now. Not lost as such, I'm just thinking like, what am I going to do next? I'll tell you what I'll do. I will get the gems. Now, these Earthbreakers, they're big targets, so they can't be flamed. They can be charged into lava, which burns. Not that it makes any real difference whether it burns or causes me to drown or anything like that. So, if you're short on souls for the supercharge, you can kill a few of these. This is going to annoy me later, or very soon, depending on how quickly we do it. But for the time being, I'm just trying to gather up some gems, get rid of the enemies where I can. Talk to this young lady here.
Oh, a dragon! Perhaps you can help. My friend is locked in this room and lost the key, and you know how hard it is to find a locksmith at this time of night.
There haven't been dragons in a great many years, and everyone just like sort of accepts that there's one here. Everything's fine, you know, like they haven't just disappeared or whatever. See, that's what happens when you supercharge those guys there. So you can move them, but unfortunately they do abruptly end your supercharge. And that's going to become very annoying, as you're going to find out. Even more annoying than I usually am. So this, man, we're going to see very soon. I keep saying, I keep setting things up down to gems in the thing here. Gems in the wall. I don't think we've actually played a level yet that doesn't have gems in the wall. I think even Magma Cone. Gems here. I used to quote this line all the time.
Just stand still, he says. I'll turn your boots to gold, he says. Oh, hi, Spyro. You're a sight for sore eyes. I'd appreciate it mightily if you could locate that alchemist. He owes me a favor.
Hunter's, as you can probably tell, Hunter's skin tone is a bit different here. I think they were trying to go for like some sort of light, like as if to say, it's the lighting, honestly, but I don't know what's happened there. So yeah, so I think they had to create a new model just to give them like the bow and such. Now, if you're trying to break that door there, by going up there, you can't do it. So we're going to have to go the long way, which unfortunately means doing this. Get distracted. Yeah, this I think was a lot easier in the Reignited trilogy than it's going to be here. Again, I know I should have watched the videos, I don't. honestly too embarrassed by the poor quality of the audio. Don't get distracted by the vases, John. Just carry on. That's it. 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 That's it.
Oh, thank goodness you broke that door down for me. I thought I'd be stuck in here forever. I found this fancy orb in here. Please take it.
So, now that we've unlocked that, we can go back, get some gems that we were missing before, and proceed then to do some other bits of the level. We don't really need to worry about these Earth Shapers too much, further lending to the idea that they don't really provide much threat or use to the level. Oh, excuse me. I mean, I know I've been hit by one, but that's not my point. The point is that I can still survive, you know? And if I die, I've got 19 more lives, 18 more lives, you know? And yeah, I suppose it's a children's game and whatnot, you know, like this level still did, you know, still did run through my lives and whatnot as a kid. A kid with no patience, mind, for, you know, actually sort of playing properly or anything like that, so, yeah. Right, we'll do this and then we'll do what we'll do.
I've been experimenting with this potion. I'd like to test it out, but the Earth Shapers out there have made going out a bit difficult. Could you kindly offer me an escort?
He's not talking about the magazine, by the way.
Great!
That would make things a lot easier.
Those Earth Shapers away from me, and I'll take this potion to Hunter.
I wonder what that potion tastes like. So, this, like, if you thought, like, name the worst escort quest in the game. And if it ain't this, you haven't found the worst one. And this seems fine for the time being, but I hate this guy. And all the time he takes. And all the meandering he does. And that's the reason why, because he's going to get hit, he drops his potion.
Will you escort me?
No, I need some health. That's why. Better get another one just in case. But yeah. So I will say that, like, this part of the level, it is quite threatening. You don't have a whole lot of room to maneuver. Your camera is fixed on this guy, essentially. Yes, I will. You only really need to barge them once, but I like to make sure they're out of the way. And the thing is that if you're not careful, if you take too long, they will move back to their original point. See, the camera fixing on the alchemist makes it a bit difficult to... Oh, come on! Where was I supposed to move him? that's a bit of a red herring, because essentially this one he's going to, but I can't get to it in time! Ah. He's not going around that way, is he? He's going to get himself killed.
Will you escort me past those Earth Shapers?
The burial watchdogs on
Great.
Elden Ring
Just
are
keep those.
terrifying to look at. The developers really know how to make terrifying opponents. And I'm reminded of them in this game. Oh shit, I've got no health. Ah, f
Will you escort me past those Earth Shapers? Great! Just keep those Earth Shapers away from me and I'll take this potion to Hunter.
I'm gonna make him find out what that potion tastes like in a minute. Time!
Will you escort?
I could be having my breakfast. Could be enjoying a delicious chicken teriyaki. Lettuce, spinach, peppers and onions. But instead,
Will you escort me past those Earth Shapers?
I'm escorting this guy with the bad glasses, the bad stubble, the bad eyebrows, the bad tunic, and an evidently bad flask. His alchemical apparatus. I think I'm going to sue this guy for malpractice, to be honest. Because there's no way any alchemist worth his soul should be carrying around a flask that vulnerable to Earthbreaker attacks. Earthshaper, I don't care what they're called or why they're called it.
Man,
better run.
my feet feel better. Would you look after this for me?
Don't look it up. And I know you shouldn't say don't look it up because people will, but honestly it is vile, it is disgusting.
Some Earthshaper butt together.
I just realised, and I can't believe I've only just realised this, but I'm playing Spyro, and I'm talking about eating Subway. And one of the many cursed images on the internet, but this one is the most cursed, and is unfortunately tarnishing the name of the Spyro fandom, is Spyro Subway. Do not, please, for the love of God, don't look it up because it's horrible. And I'm just thinking, what have they done? They've massacred my boy! That is the thing I did immediately. But yeah, it's... Don't say I didn't warn you, okay? It's horrible. It does involve pooping. I'll say that much. In graphic detail. Just as well I order the chicken teriyaki with sweet onion sauce, innit? God damn it! Well, that's put me off, hasn't it? A waste of points. See, the thing is that, like, I say that, it's like, it's not like my fan base isn't used to scatological humour and vile imagery. I believe I said in my Crash Team Racing review something about aborted bags of wet shit. I'm sorry, by the way, if you're enjoying your Subway and you're having to be subjected to things like that. I may have just been DM'd by... What am I doing? Asking me if either I want to play Halo or if I'm going to be attending Saturday's game, which I most certainly will. So, we've actually done everything we can at the moment. We need the head bash ability to destroy the rest of the Earth Shapers in that area, with Honda's help. I'm so sorry for those who've actually looked that image up. I do like that cinematic. I am so sorry. You have to know what that is. Oh Christ, I've opened up Pandora's box. We've got 15 minutes left, I think. How am I going to spend them? I think just in regret, to be honest. But what a note to end on. Like, if that was just the final thing I had to say.
Would you like me to take you to a world where you can find a new talisman?
Ah. Let's do this.
Great. I'll take you to a new portal.
So, one of the features of Spyro 2 is that you can have a Laura take you to different levels, just outside the entrance, if you need a bit of help, if you're lost. I think that's pretty good. I don't believe that feature would exist in Winter Tundra though, because there are no talismans there, only orbs. Excuse me. So we're going to do Metro Speedway, which is essentially London in a few years' time if we don't solve the global warming crisis. There we see the failed suicide cases. Oh, damn it. It's a sweet one. Now then, which way am I going? Not that way, evidently not. I've got 25 seconds to figure out my shit, and I have no idea where I'm going. I've never actually figured out the route for this level. Never. Never understood. Like, the first two bits, okay. And I get that, like, there are more effective ones, routes than the established ones. But come on. And as we see here, Spyro is just attacking the blue-collar worker there. Oh, fuck this one right up. Retry it. Even more regret. Okay, plan B. Yeah, I think this is alright. I've never seen the Ugandan knuckles meme, but I believe knowing the way, or the way, is part of the understanding of it. Okay, well that was great, well done John. Destroying the city's infrastructure, the 5G pylons one by one. So I've got all 400 orbs. Sorry, all 160 orbs, but suffering some slight headaches. So now, is it all? Oh yeah, 400. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, okay. So all 400 gems. So now we need to go and find. Well, we gotta find out. Ah, I know why that isn't working. I think we just need to get rid of all the pigeons first. Because we're not looking for hunting. Oh, I can't find my way up there. Damn, I can't find my way. This is very much like London, man. Oh no, he's here. Never mind.
We've been having a crime problem here in Metro Speedway, but I think you might be able to help. A band of cat burglars have been raiding my re-election funds by scaling the walls of the buildings. Would you be willing to help get rid of them? Great. The hunter has been able to knock the scoundrels off of the buildings, but we need you to catch the loot before it lands in the canal and is lost. The hunter is waiting for you outside. Good luck.
The hunter? Who is the hunter? Oh no, mine is just hunter. Oh well. So. Yes. So, anyone who says that games shouldn't be political, I'll keep politics out of games, I'm afraid. Spyro has always been political. So, we're going to stop these bags of gems from falling into the sea. Onto the Thames. I do believe Autumn Plains is actually the only homeworld in all three of the PlayStation 1 Spyro games to have 2 speedways. I don't know if there were multiple in the other game.
You really taught those crooks a lesson.
So we are. Oh, there we go. That's Metro Speedway done. I don't know how long this animation goes on for. We can't really do a whole lot else, to be honest, because I'm going to end the video. It's a bit premature, I know, but I'm actually trying to go for an hour and a half. But I can't really do another level without spending another hour, about another half an hour. And I want to end this video a bit sooner, so we'll just go on. So yeah. So thank you ever so much for watching. In the next episode, we'll probably be going to Skillless Badlands, Crystal Glacier, Zephyr, and Breeze Harbour with any luck. Previous episode, a bit of a retconning to make. I said Twilight Harbour incorrectly. I meant Breeze Harbour, where the breeze builders are against the landlubbers. So, what a beautiful sky there. So, thank you for watching. Take care, and I shall see you later. We'll just get back to the homeworld, count all our monies, and then we'll carry on. I don't like ending on such an uneven number. You know, I just want it nice, round into the hundreds of the thousands, but no. Unfortunately, we need the headbutt ability. So, we're back with the beautiful music of for Autumn Plains. I think I'll already park my character's arse. Another level that we'll go to. Go to Zephyr next, how's that? So thank you very much for watching, take care, it's time for now, and yeah. I'm so sorry that you've had to see that image if you've looked it up. If you haven't, I'm so sorry that you may be plagued by curiosity. Trust me, your life will be better without that, and no, you don't need to be a Spyro fan to see that image, or rather, you don't have to see that image to be considered a Spyro fan. Take it from the Herald of the Amethyst Drake himself. Thank you for watching, take care, it's time for now.